So here we are at the beginning of this course. The very first chapter is opening up, a new chapter in your book of life. And that will be, like with any other beginning, a fresh start of a path that you do not know where it will lead to. Of course, you have an idea in advance that you think, oh, it might happen this, or that will be the case, or that will be the outcome. But that is life, we never know. And we had many new beginnings in our life. You have already many experiences with new beginnings. You already started a job and another job, and maybe a relation and another relation, and first time to school. And you can recall what kind of a beginner are you. Maybe when you think back at the time when you first went to school, were you a child that was eager to learn? Were you a child that thought, oh please, let me play, I don't want to go to school? Were you clinging on your mother's sleeve? Were you saying happily, bye, I'm a big girl now, I'm a big boy now? How did you start? How were you born? So, all such questions, such reflective questions, we will look into. But now we will just start working at your life story. And that's the very first beginning. And I'd like to share with you a beautiful poem that is an inspiration for beginning a new path. It is a poem by Claire Blatchford from the book Friend of My Heart. And it goes like this. The path comes into being by being trod upon, by being discovered step by step. Do not sit back and expect the path to appear of itself. One has to begin, to move, to go somewhere, to find it, even if the movement only means working towards a right attitude. The inner compass can direct one in the right direction, so that the outer movement is not senseless wandering. So, what does this poem tell us? Go, move, go forward, and then meet whatever you are going to meet. And in this, your inner compass can guide you. In such a way, wandering your path, your life's journey, is like a hero's journey. A hero, like in many stories, in myth, in sagas, in fairy tales, nowadays in films and in novels, there's always a main character. And this main character always goes through all kinds of experiences that are transformative. And that is also the approach that we will take, the look upon your biography. Yes, that it is a hero's journey that you are going through, that you are the main character and all the others are the characters who fill up the drama, who fill up the story, who are your antecedents. And that is a path of discovery. And this hero's journey is always a wake-up call. This is what I'm going to do. And then you go, and then you move, and you find the path. Maybe it's like green grass, and you just can go where it is, or fresh snow, where nobody has trodden ever. Maybe it's a sunny, broad road, but it will lead to dark woods, foggy parts, maybe swamps, maybe a deep ravine, where you don't know how to get over. Such metaphors can help you to understand your own life journey. Yes, it is always a way where you met thresholds and obstacles. Also, you met helpers, allies, but you had to fight the dragons, your dragons. You had to jump over the fire. You had to survive your battles to find your treasure. And in the outer world, the treasure is often a lot of money, or maybe a big house, maybe the lovely partner. But in your biography, the real treasure is that you are able to find your inner compass and learn how this can guide you the best. The one who is supporting you the most is the true one who lives within. That is your inner compass. So when we take this as an inspiration, yes, you are going to prepare yourself for the journey. You know, you have a plan for your destination, a mental picture of the outcome. But you have to choose what kind of a path of self-discovery in this course you are going to create for yourself. You have to choose a form or a format. Are you going to use a book? Are you going to make a book, a handwritten book, like in a folder where you can put on all extra pages, where you can write, like I did, make pictures, make drawings, write more, make other pictures? Is that a way you would like to work? This book, for me, I was definitely inspired on a book that I found in a bookshop. Really nice. It's the biography of an old Chinese man. I cannot really pronounce his name. And he had his love of his life. And this, when they were 80, in their 80s, she died. And he, for the love of this life, started to write and draw the story of their life. It is a marvelous book. It's very simple pictures, but of course he put a lot of time in it. When you don't have so much time or inspiration, just start maybe on your iPhone or on your mobile phone or on your computer. Make a file and put all the exercises that you do for this course in this file. I do recommend paper, pencils. You find a list with all the possibilities that there are for materials in the course description. I also really liked this book. I need to open it the right way, like this. You can put it on a stand somewhere. And here you see the first picture that we are going to make today in this section. So choices and for the design of your project are important. And it's good to realize that I'm not going to tell you what to take or what to use. This is adult work. Yes, you're not a young person who went to school and you had to meet all the prerequisites and the criteria. You have the freedom of choice. So take something that applies to you, that appeals to you, that you like, and that is helpful for you. And of course, when you just want to ponder, just want to think, reflect on the questions that I ask, that the instructions that I give, the little guided meditations, you can do that. You do not need to make something that is visible in the outer world, but you can, and I do recommend it. The search, the quest that we are striving for is to find this inner compass. And here we start, let us start with your intentions. That is the first thing that gets you moving, the intentions. Think a little. What are your intentions? Why did you sign up for this course? What is your intention? What do you hope to learn? What do you hope to discover? And what end result would really please you? So the very first thing that I recommend is that you take a little time, put me and the video on a pause and write down the answer to these questions. They might lead to the preface of your book of life. When you have done so, another intention that is good to be aware of: how are you planning this course, this quest, this searching, this reflecting as in time and space? How do you plan this project in time and space? And be realistic. Be true to yourself. When you have 5 minutes every week, then you have 5 minutes every week. When you want to spend an hour every day or even more, be realistic so you will not disappoint yourself. That is really important. And that also has to do with listening to your inner compass. I'm not going to give you a set of guidelines or rules about this. Listen within and be realistic. To help you make this decision, I will give you another exercise. That is what I was showing you in the little circle of your life. You have now the time of your life. Maybe it's not the best time of your life. Maybe you're in a more darker period of your life. Maybe you are in a sunny period of your life. But this is the now. The next section of this next class will be about discovering the now. But first, it's good to observe your life situation as it is. We have 24/7 in the society. Yes, we rush 24/7. So make a pause, draw a circle, take a cup, draw a circle, any way you want to do it, and divide this circle in your pieces of cake. Yes, it's like a cake, and you divide it, or it's a pizza, and you make the pieces, the sections. 1/3 already approximately of 24 hours we need for sleep and rest. Maybe you want to include meditation in that. That leaves approximately 2/3 for work. We have to earn a living, for learn and study, for just living, like cooking, cleaning, attend to others, hang out with some friends, care for your mother or your children, many other things, and maybe, I hope, me time. Some time just that you really love to spend for you. The exercise goes like this. You draw a circle, you divide it in sections. Those are the slices of the cake. And how big is each part? You can look at the subjects like work and study, relation, family, friends, living your life, house and cooking. And then you give the sections a color. Maybe the bright colors the nice colors for the things that you really love to do, maybe the darker colors for the night and the sleep, other colors for the things that you do not like to do, and then you have a circle of your life, of the present moment. And at the moment that you see that, you can already raise the question, how did my life become like this? And do I like it? Do I want it to be like this forever? Or what are the changes that I would love to make? And this question, how is this moment in my life really for me? And how is it connected to the past? And how can I open it up to the future? That will be the research of the next section.